In today's science lesson, we're going to see what sinks and what floats. You're going to need a clear container, water, and random objects like penny eraser. I'm going to show you the stuff that I use. So I have a rock, a paper clip, a bottle cap, a penny, a spoon, eraser, a yogurt cup, a water bottle, and ice. We're going to see what sinks and what floats. So write down your guesses now, and then we're going to do the experiment, and then we're going to write down our results. Hello friends, for today's science experiment, we're going to see what objects sink and what objects float. So we're going to take a guess. Before I put the thing in, you're going to guess to see if it sinks or if it floats, and we'll see if you are correct. So I have ice, I have a rock, I have two different kinds of paper clips, I have a pen top, I have an eraser, I have a spoon, I have a penny, and I have a bottle. I'm even going to try the bottle cap. So you're going to make a guess. Does it sink or does it float? I'm going to try the pen top first. What do you think? If I put this in water, is it going to sink or is it going to float? We'll see. Look at that. It is floating at the top of the water right here. Did you guess it was going to sink or float? Let's try something else. How about this penny? Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's see. Whoa, that went straight to the bottom. All right, let's try this paper clip. Is this gonna sink or float? That went straight to the bottom. Okay, how about this eraser? Is it going to sink or float? That went straight to the bottom. All right, how about this? I have a big chunk of ice. Let's see. That's actually floating. The ice is floating. All right, how about this rock? That went to the bottom. I'm gonna put this pen cap over here. It'll float right next to the ice. All right, this paper clip. Let's see. That went straight to the bottom. How about this bottle? The bottle is floating. All right, what about this spoon? That went straight to the bottom. Okay, I guess that's the last thing. Let's see this. This cup's floating too. So we have the cup. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to try the bottle. Let's see. The bottle cap is floating too. So we have the cup, the bottle cap, the ice, and the pen cap that's floating. Why do you think these are floating? And like the eraser, the spoon, the rock, the penny, and the paper clip sink? Well, let's see the eraser. Now the eraser is made up of things that are tightly packed together. And since it's tightly packed, it makes it dense. And objects that or things that are dense, they sink in water. And objects that are not dense or not as dense, they float in water. So the tighter packed they are, the more dense they are, and that will make them sink. If they are made of things that are not tightly packed, which are spread out, they float. You can do this science experiment at home with different objects and you can see what sinks and what floats. Now, I'm going to ask you about this later, so I hope you were paying attention. All right, so sink and float. What objects sank and what objects float? So this is your chart. So write down all the stuff that sank and all the stuff that floats. Or you can draw them if you want to. If you can't write, you can draw. What stuff sank and what stuff float, and we're going to see if you are correct. So for sink, this is what I have. The rock, the paperclip, the penny, eraser, spoon. Did you have those? If you have those, give yourself 2 points. Now for floating. The bottle cap, the yogurt cup, the bottle, ice. Do you have those? Give yourselves 2 points. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember the word I used to describe the things that sink? Is it A, dense, B, hard, or C, solid? What was the name that I used to describe things that sink? Was it A, dense, B, hard, or C, solid? If you said dense, give yourselves 2 points. Good job.